for the fourth quarter of regulation with Michigan leading Notre Dame. First year they played football here back in 1879. So with Dan Fouts and Jack Arute, I'm Brent Musburger. Nice to have you along with us as we move past 6 o'clock Eastern time to the final quarter. And how many Michigan Notre Dame games have come down to the final quarter? Here's Brady, stays in the game off the play fake, but sacked at the 11-yard line by Lamont Blank, who's played extremely well for Coach Davey and the Irish.
That's an outstanding play by Lamont Bryant. He beat the block of the running back in there, and really a determined effort to pick up a second sack.
Third down. 17 yards the Wolverines need. Complete, but short of the first down as the receiver Sean Thompson slips after the reception, and Michigan is forced to punt, perhaps because of that slip.
No question. I think Thompson would have picked up the first down, or at least been in position to battle for it, but just a little over anxious. The sophomore who's replacing Tooman from that great offensive line and tight end from last year.
Low snap. Sargent gets it off. He's punted very, very well. Getherall fields it at the 25 for Notre Dame. Slapped down at the 29 by B.J. Askew, the freshman running back from Cincinnati, with a neat play. Timeout.
Notre Dame in the area where Jackson threw the ball. And if the officials didn't make the call, all those Wolverines were going to.
Illegal forward pass, intentionally grounding the football. The penalty is a spot foul, loss of down. Second down.
Now, some folks think that they should change their own college like they did in the NFL too, Dan. If you scramble out of the pocket, you can throw this baby away. You agree with that?
Well, no, I like the way the college game is played. I don't think we need to change any of the rules in college football, because the quarterbacks in college, once they get out of the pocket, can be much more dangerous. All we have to do is look at number 7 out here and see what he can do when he gets out of the pocket.
Gibbons and Johnson, wideouts for Notre Dame. Drop off the screen. Fisher, penalty flag, comes flying into that pile.
Notre Dame was a lot more disciplined last week. Only 3 penalties against Kansas. This will be the 7th one of the day against Notre Dame.
The pass was behind the line of scrimmage, and therefore there is no foul. Third down.
What the foul would have been, if it wasn't behind the line of scrimmage, would have been an offensive lineman downfield. That's heads-up teamwork by our officiating crew to straighten that one out.
Third down and 16. Jackson over the middle, caught by the tight end for a first down. And again on third down, Jarius Jackson bails him out, this time to Jabari Holloway for 21 yards. And he's down.
And Brent, you know the coaches upstairs see exactly what we're looking at here. Look at Tommy Hendricks. He's less than full speed here. In fact, he may be less than half speed. That's his man, the tight end. Patman came over, put the big hit on Holloway, but Hendricks has no ability with that bad left knee to make the coverage.
So Dan, with Holloway down now, in your opinion, because of that, are they better off with an inexperienced youngster back there who's fit physically, or would you stick with someone who understands things a little bit better and not 50% maybe?
Well, coaches are kind of like sharks. They see somebody bleeding out there and they're going to go and attack. And right now, Tommy Hendricks is oozing blood.
Timeout.
Big hit this time by Dwayne Patman from Patrick Henry High School in San Diego. That's a rip shot on Jabari Holloway. But Patman knows a little bit about the physical side of football. His high school teammate, some guy named Ricky Williams.
Pretty good company.
Pretty good high school football program there at Patrick Henry.
You know, Dan Jackson's hit a 3rd and 15 and a 3rd and 16, bailing the Irish out. First down for the Notre Dame 45. Jackson on the option. Again, a bad pitch and out of bounds. He just sort of flings the ball as he's going down.
You know what, Brent? That's a forward pass. That should be an incomplete pass because he was behind the line of scrimmage when he pitched the ball.
Was there a receiver there? Did he intentionally ground it if it's forward?
Yeah, I think they called that an incomplete pass. But he is getting quite erratic with his pitches. This again is to Givens on the outside. But a bad pitch turns into a good play because
it's incomplete pass.
They don't lose any yardage.
Oh, he's livid. There was nobody over here. You say, who's he throwing it to?
Well, Givens was near it. 5 yards away.
2nd down and 10 for the Irish. Jones is picked up. Fisher sprints outside, and Hendricks this time looking just a little bit healthier on that play. And a reminder, we got a prime time college football coming your way next Saturday. Ohio Network. 3rd down and 9. Jackson is 8 of 16 for 139 yards. Here's his 17th pass of the day. Got him. Beautiful grab by Hunter. For a Notre Dame first down. Boy, you put this fella Jarius Jackson in 3rd down, and he's a lot better than he is in 1st or 2nd, it seems.
Well, you know, we talked about his young, inexperienced offensive line. They're doing a great job pass protecting for number 7. Again, we saw earlier Javen Hunter on a deep in route down the field on a 3rd down. It takes a lot of time for that to develop, and that young offensive line's doing a great job.
It's Jordan Black, 78. Jones, Miranda, Gandy, Teasdale all thrown together. 1st down and 10. Using the shotgun. Wall of protection all day. Overthrew. Intercepted. Picked off by Hendricks. A very poorly thrown football. Over the head of the intended receiver. And Tommy Hendricks makes the interception.
Jackson just got greedy on this one. It's a quick out to the right side of the screen. He doesn't like that. Now he's got a lot of time to throw. That ball sailed on him. Poor follow through that time by Jackson, and the ball got away. What a great story for Tommy Hendricks to come back after the injury. Doesn't look real good backpedaling here, but he really reacts well, sees the throw, and makes the catch.
1st down and 10. Fake to Walter Cross, who's in the game. Throw the screen to Shea, and Shea is nailed at the 35 by Denman. And you would think now that the Wolverines would turn their attention to the running game. And we asked their fine guard Hutchinson, what's the importance of the running game to Michigan? Here's what he said.
That's what we want to do this year. We want to get back on track. You know, we want to have a balanced offense, but we do want to run the ball well, and we want to be able to run the ball at will. So, you know, that's what we're going to concentrate on this year, is to get it back up there.
Is that a football face or what, Steve Hutchinson?
That's an offensive guard's face.
Ready to go down there at left guard. The 8 trains checked back in. Movement. I think the nose man may have jumped across for the Irish. We'll see if he was pulled or not. Wisney was down there in the middle of that line.
Get a heads-up play by the senior quarterback Tom Brady, using the hard count there, getting the nose tackle to jump.
Let's watch how much.
Snap, illegal contact by the defense.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. The down remains 2nd.
Watch how high this ball is.
And there's really nobody in his face. It looks like he's trying to take something off the throw. The receiver was open, O'Leary there, but the ball just sailed on him.
Yeah, it's interesting to talk about throwing the ball in that situation. First down for Michigan. And, well, let's go to Dan Fouts inside the game.
One of the technical aspects about Jarius Jackson's game that offensive coordinator Kevin Rogers would like to see improved is his follow-through. There are times when Jackson will throw the ball.
There was movement. Again, penalty flags down, and the A-train just batters away. And if it's against the Irish for jumping in there again, they'll decline it.
There was no contact, so this play should stand. Difference between offsides and encroachment.
Defense, penalty is declined. First down.
And let's check in with John Saunders on an update of New York. John?
Brent, it's time for the Win Your Way Burger King play of the day. Ronald Curry doesn't get the win in this game against Virginia. He's the point guard on the basketball team, and look at him. Shuck and jive and throw this one into Dante Finger. 2-point conversion tied the game, but Virginia wins it with a field goal late. Brent.
All right, John. Ronald Curry. Love watching him play hoops, too. Speaking of that, Mr. Hoops, Dick Vitale on the other side, suffering a little bit. Keen Notre Dame football fan. Here's the A-train. Anthony pounds back to the 35-yard line. ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you today by Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Sears and the Sears National Championship Football Trophy. And Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up, never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
You get the feeling that Steve Hutchinson was right. They want to get back to running the ball. They want to get back to Michigan football.
Here's your leaders today. Mr. Brady stood tall. Coach said they could decide it on the field, and if so, Brady's the starter. Here he comes again. Going for Walker in the end zone. Incomplete. Clifford Jefferson, the corner, with Walker.
Tom Brady expected that one to be a touchdown. He threw it exactly where he wanted to, but in a couple of weeks, Walker makes this catch going away. But remember, this first game of the year, they don't quite have their legs under them. Look at the stumbling by the receiver. The right hand grab there, that could have been called, as the fans here at the Big House see that play replayed on the big board here.
We've had a couple of plays that could have been called interference. And the crowd reacting to that replay on the twin scoreboards here at either end of the Big House, so everybody, 111,000 with a chance to see it. Incomplete. And back over the middle, and Walker unable to hang on. Lee Lafayette, the corner.
That's a great call. You know, we talked about this chess match going on between the different coordinators. We'll give one to Greg Madison that time. Came with the safety blitz there.
Hutchinson. Or is that the center? That's the center. Let me check that. That's David Grant limping off. I looked down, saw that 7, and thought it might be Hutch. And Hayden Epstein will attempt the long field goal. Brady will hold it. This is a 52-yarder. This man's got leg, wind, pulling left, off the upright, no good. Slammed the left upright. A little discussion with his holder that time, too, I think. But Michigan leads it. Timeout.
Look at that ring now, man. Now look at that ring. Let's go, Irish! Come on, Jarius! Come on, Jarius! Let's go!
He's a classic, and he didn't know the camera was on it, folks. First down and 10, and Jackson this time, none of that pitch stuff. Let's just keep it for 5 yards out to the 40-yard line. Renus, the nose man, making the stop.
Who was that guy? Why is he stealing
I got to tell you
jewelry?
something. I found him today jogging in the hotel. okay, inside the hotel, not around it. And he said, Brian, I hate to say this, but my magazine's coming out. Michigan State's #1 in my preseason basketball. I won't tell Michigan fans that, Dick. I'll keep it quiet. 2nd down and 5. Good drop, shot together off. 1st down and then some. Inside the 45-yard line, Patman pounds him out of bounds. Jackaroot.
Brent, you know last year the option was a real problem for the Michigan Wolverines. Consider the fact that their first 3 games will be against the option. So what did the Michigan defense do? They went to this man, Tad Van Pelt, who plays defense, and they taught him the option game. He became their option quarterback. They said the only problem was he certainly couldn't be as fast as Jarius Jackson.
Yeah, or as powerful. When I watch Jackson, the strength of his game to me is his power. I haven't seen the slickness that Donovan McNabb had, especially on when he gets outside on that corners. 1st down and 10. Good pair of hands on Jarius. Middle's open, got him. Evans upended at the 28-yard line. But were the Wolverines soft that time until Patman delivered the blow on Givens. Now on the sideline was Tommy Hendricks. So they're obviously getting him back in because Patman is shaken up making the stop.
And we talked about the strength of the secondary being Hendricks and Patman. We've seen Hendricks all over the field today. This is a real scary collision. Great pass protection again. There's nobody near the quarterback. He throws a good pass. Now watch this hit. How Givens hangs on to the ball, I don't know. How he gets up, I don't know. And good thing for Dwayne Patman, he is up and coming off.
Well, now Hendricks will be there along with the freshman #2, Cato June. Hendricks not 100% physically. And you go back to that missed field goal we were talking about. That was huge. That would have put him on an 8.
And they've missed 2 field goals here in the 2nd half. That just gives life to the Irish.
Is that option reverse? This time Nelson dances away after being surrounded, but coming up is in goal. #20 makes a sure tackle with authority. When he saw what was happening, he came and tackled the wide receiver.
That was a heck of a run for a couple of yard loss by Rakai Nelson. But you're right, Brent. Gold, who used to be a running back, he really came up and made a sure tackle, and that's what Michigan needs to do right now. That play there backs the Irish up into a passing situation.
2nd down and 15. This Irish offensive line has been giving Jackson time, but I think there was some movement. A costly penalty right here late in the game.
Yeah, they lost 5 yards on the reverse play, and now they're going to lose another 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty. The down remains 2nd.
Let me remind you that the Goodyear Blimp, of course, has been up above us, and we'd like to take this moment to invite you to consider helping the Red Cross relief effort for earthquake victims over there in Turkey. You can help the effort by calling the Red Cross at 1-800-HELP-NOW. 5:56 remaining in regulation. 2nd down and 19, Notre Dame. To the middle, Givens twists. But short of the 1st down by about 3 yards. Dhani Jones, the linebacker, dropping off. Not too many of the record-setting crowd have headed for the exits here. If you take a look, these seats are still pretty full, and why not? It's a 5-point difference coming down to that 5-minute mark here. Dwayne Patman returning. And the freshman June is out. So the veteran safety's on the field. Little confusion, though, in that backfield right now. 4 wideouts high. Got Nelson battling for the 1st down. I'm not sure he got it. He was locked up with Todd Howard. Did they give it to him?
Well, they got a great spot. I think it's still going to be short, but the official ran in, and it's only going to be short by 6 inches or so, and that may tempt Bob Davie to go for it on 4th down.
Would you go, Dan, for the first, or would you kick the field goal? I guess in this situation you'd go for it, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, you got a good running quarterback. I mean, Jarius has been so powerful. Why wouldn't you just say, go get it, Jarius?
Well, either that or you've got some power, too, with the big fullbacks leading the tailbacks. They have a number of options here, the option play being one of them.
Well, I don't like the option play here. I like a little power football, friend. Here's Jackson. They are going to throw. Shades of Desmond Howard. They'll walk in for a touchdown. Holloway, the receiver, and Kevin Rogers makes the play call upstairs. Well, let's take a break with this timeout. 4th and inches, and the Irish throw for the score. Timeout.
Brent, the Irish called timeout because they want to go for 2. Jackson went over, took the entire offense over there to get the instructions.
Well, who knows what they're going to come up with here after that last 4th down call. Jackson sprints. Dumps, got it. And those 2 are huge as he hits Bobby Brown for the 2-point conversion with 4:08 to go.
Now we're going to use the blimp to take a look at the touchdown. First thing you want to look at, here's Fisher rather, he's wide open in the flat. But now here's the tight end, Jabari Holloway, and if this doesn't look like Syracuse offense from last year and Donovan McNabb throwing back to a wide open receiver, Kevin Rogers' offense is here to stay at South Bend, and they've got to love it.
It was then an opportunity to put it on the 3. And Jarius dumped it to the wide open Brown. That means a field goal can tie it.
And the key play here, watch Brown just kind of find his way between linebackers and defensive backs. The threat of the run by Jackson opens up Brown for the 2.
1991, I was down here and it was Michigan had the ball. Notre Dame has been smarting about this play for an entire decade. 4th and inches, and Elvis Gerback went for it, and Desmond Howard made the catch. And now, 1999, Notre Dame comes back, and on 4th and inches, they come up with their own brand of lightning. 4:08 to go, and another classic between Michigan and Notre Dame. The underdog Irish lead it 22-19. There will be a celebration penalty marked off.
After the 2-point conversion, Bobby Brown drew attention to himself. That's why he got the penalty from the officials. Now, this is a 15-yard penalty. That means Michigan is going to have wonderful field position after this return. That's a huge penalty.
Look who's back to return the kickoff, the A-Train. And he wants this one to be an express. Number 32. The 23-yard line, right up the gut. And to the 43. Let's go to Jackaroo. Jack.
Brent, you're looking at the $30,000 Sears National Championship trophy. It was started in 1993. You would think that Michigan would have one of these. In 1997, they won the national championship. Oh, I'm wrong. It was a co-championship. Nebraska got the trophy. Notre Dame, they don't have one in their trophy case either. This is the beginning of the battle for both these teams to get one of these to put on campus.
Yep, and these games are huge. BCS ratings finally come out in October. These games will mean a lot. Going to have to ask the folks at Ohio State and Arizona how painful an early season loss can be. First down and 10 now for Brady and the Wolverines. Dropped. Marcus Knight. And it'll be 2nd and 10. The clock inside of 4 minutes. Michigan with all 3 of their timeouts left. Trailing by 3 points. You look down on the largest crowd to ever see a college football game here today in Ann Arbor. And our thanks to the pilots and crew of the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes for those great shots today.
Yeah, especially on the touchdown. Oh, that was great.
And a wonderful 2nd down and 10. Brady. Got an open man to tight end Sean Thompson, and Thompson. First down Michigan, and a penalty flag. Probably a late hit out of bounds over there around the Irish bench at the 43. Terrell and Gibbons with a few words for each other.
That's 2 unbelievably bad penalties for Notre Dame in just a couple of minutes. The celebration penalty, and now after the play that hit along the sidelines right in front of Bob Davie by Ron Israel, a real cheap shot, and a very expensive cheap shot at that, because now Michigan is well within range for Hayden Epstein. By the way, that was a great job of Brady hanging in the pocket. The Irish were coming with a corner blitz by Devin Harper. And Brady took a shot but got the ball off.
3:48 on the clock. 1st and 10 for Brady and the Wolverines. The A-Train makes the most of it. Denman hanging on. If time permits, of course, stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental post-game report. We'll have scores and highlights from across the country. But hang on, who knows? We could be headed to overtime in this baby. Good for 3:23 to go.
But Brent, that's not what Michigan's thinking right now. They're thinking touchdown. They have the luxury of knowing they're already in field goal range, so they can take some shots at the end zone.
A-Train gets some time off, and Walter Cross checks in. Brady to throw. Terrell got it, 5-yard line, 1st and goal, Michigan.
The offensive coordinator for Michigan knew he had a mismatch with this man throwing to his wide receivers. David Terrell's had an outstanding afternoon. This is a clutch catch that he secures and goes down on the ground to set his team up inside the 10-yard line. A lot of guys would try to run that one in, but he knew that the safety, Deke Cooper, was coming with a big hit. Big play for Michigan.
8 catches for 115 yards for Terrell, who is split out to the right. Knight is in the slot right. The A-Train back. Here he comes. Pounds up toward the 1-yard line. Watch Aaron Shea lead the way here, Dan.
6'5", 251 pounds, a former tight end. He looks like a pulling guard here. Finds the linebacker, drills him right in the numbers. That's Terrio Harrison, and the A-Train gets down almost to the 1.
2nd down and goal. Bill Seymour gives him an extra tight end. The wideouts come out.
And now Michigan can take some time off the clock.
Shea and Evan Coleman. And the A-Train gets the call. Got it! Hold on. Was he down? Was his knee down? The Irish are there.
The official's going to say that Devin Harper got him down before he went in the end zone. His knee touched. And Notre Dame calls timeout quickly. What a great tackle by Devin Harper, number 10. He went low on the A train. Check it out. The fans don't like it, but that left knee just seemed to brush the grass.
Are you sure?
Well, I hope to be after I see this picture. Watch the left knee. Oh, man, you know, this grass is an inch-and-a-half long. Maybe it's grown a little the last couple of minutes.
Tough call. Timeout.
Eagle 1, A to...
A-train. On the toss. Runs wide. Barrels into the end zone for the touchdown.
Big A train's going to run over the linebacker, Anthony Denman, from 1 yard out.
And Delverne hammers in the extra point. The Irish are left with a minute 38. They trail it by 4. Field goal won't help Davy. Nothing's ever easy when it's Notre Dame and Michigan. I want to thank some folks. It's been a great coverage today. The coordinating producer of ABC's College Football, producer of the game, Bob Goodrich, directed by Drew Esikoff, the TD, Doug Schmidt, associate producer, Mitch Green, associate director, Brian Gordon, production manager, Scott Silverman, the technical operations manager, Jim Licata, the assistants, Drew Kaliski, and the rook, Larry Tiscornia, our stats man, George Hill, spotter Brian Mobilson, down in the computer room, Anthony Holman. College Football Today, produced by Charles Copland, directed by Calvin Haywood. Great job as we have a full Saturday on ABC. 1:38 to go now. First down for the Irish. Shotgun. Jackson deep. Overthrows Nelson. And let's remind you now that strange that we have no NFL this weekend, Labor Day weekend, but we certainly do have next weekend. Let's get ready. So, it's so typical of Jimmy. 1:33 to go. 26-22. Michigan leading it. Jackson. Got time, no more. Down at the 20, it was James Hall.
Jackson trying to get the clock to stop here, but he can only get so much protection from his offensive line. Just a three-man rush. That means he's looking at 8 defensive backs and linebackers in the secondary. And there's not one white shirt that's not covered by a maize and blue uniform.
Let's take a look at our matchup board, Dan. How we make out here, partner?
Well, you know, I think the play of Tom Brady has made this hold up for me, Brent. On defense, Michigan has been able to get great effort from their secondary, and I think it's really going to show off there. The special teams, you got to go with Michigan, and you got to look at their kicker, Jeff Delverne, with 4 field goals today. And as far as the intangibles, I'll let you handle that one, pal.
Well, you know, I still like the fact the Irish had that game, and I think that Kevin Rogers knew a lot more about Jarius Jackson, and I think it paid a dividend with some of the play call they did today. But clearly, I agree with you about Michigan having the advantage in those 3 other areas.
And if you go back, when Notre Dame got the lead, they got the celebration penalty on Bobby Brown in the end zone. So that meant that they kicked off from the 20-yard line, that Michigan got a good return. And then on the first play, another penalty against Notre Dame gave Michigan the opportunity not to have to settle for the field goal, but to go on in and get the touchdown.
3rd down and 10. The Irish have spent their timeouts. Deep middle, Nelson's got it. Clock stops, first down. Notre Dame not out of bullets yet.
And again, you go back to who they're attacking in the secondary. Tommy Hendricks is playing on a bad leg. He's supposed to be the deepest man on the field. Nelson gets inside of Wheatley, but there is Hendricks. He should have been able to come up with that play.
A 36-yard completion. Now 44 yards away. Remember, field goal won't help. No timeouts. To the middle. Need a first down. Hunter didn't get it. Clock continues to run. That was Dhani Jones making the stop for Michigan. Got to move quickly. The Irish cannot waste a second. Got the first down. Once he goes down, clock stops at the 21-yard line. 41 seconds. Jackson driving the Irish.
And he's going with his best receiver, Rakai Nelson, who's emerging as a big playmaker.
Givens and Nelson, the wideouts. In trouble, throws it out of bounds. Second down.
Good pressure by James Hall, and good recognition in the secondary by Michigan. They saw that that was going to be a screen pass. They covered it well, and Jackson did the smart thing, throwing it away. He's in range now to put the ball in the end zone. Remember, Bobby Brown goes 6'2". Nelson is about 5'11", so they can get up and get some of these jump balls, if you will.
Here they come with Brown, Givens, and Nelson. Fisher, the running back, to block. In trouble. And down at the 31-yard line. No timeouts. The clock ticking away. Jones with a huge play defensively.
Great call in the secondary. They brought the weak safety, Dwayne Patman. He and Jones got in there on the quarterback for the big sack.
Now 31 yards away. Jackson, middle, got Nelson, but short of the first down. Clock runs. He's got it down. Can he get it down? Not enough time. Michigan wins it. Oh, for one more timeout, the Fighting Irish are saying right here.
The key play was the safety blitz by Dwayne Patman that took the Irish, because they had no timeouts, out of the ball game. As a game of inches, Nelson with the reception came up about 6 inches short of a first down that might have stopped the clock. Here's the sack. Jones and Patman. And Jackson can't get away. Huge play. Great call by Jim Herman.
It's an emotional Michigan team, which suffered an opening game loss in South Bend last year, and then could not recover for game 2 when Syracuse came in here and gave them a whipping. But now the Michigan Wolverines are off on the right foot. The Irish go to 1-1, and a big game.
Brett, let me interrupt you for a second. We want to get Lloyd Carr before he goes in to celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jack. It was a great football game, and my hat's off to Notre Dame. Both teams played their hearts out, and that's about as exciting as it'll ever get.
How typical is this of a Notre Dame-Michigan contest?
Well, it's typical of a lot of those games. Right down to the wire, they never quit, and when you're on the field, they get the ball down there with a few seconds and a chance to win. I think it says everything about what college football is all about.
Now, you went into the game a little bit determined as, I want to see Brady, I want to see Henson. You said, I want to see what happens in the game. What about now? Or do we have a quarterback controversy anymore?
2 great quarterbacks. 2 great ones.
He's still mum on it, guys.
Well, I don't think we are, because our Chevrolet players of the game will honor the young man Tom Brady, who came back and sparked that victory in the second half, leading the Wolverines to the win today. Jarius Jackson standing tall for Notre Dame, and a $1,000 contribution to each university general scholarship fund. And don't forget now, Chevrolet also donates $1,000 to a couple of high schools for Jackson and Brady. Michigan wins its opener 26-22. The blimp provided by Goodyear. And stay tuned for the thrifty car rental.